Welcome to this Kickstarter Pickstarter for the week of March 26, 2018. We look through the rest, and maybe not pick out the best, but ones that we liked. Yeah. So why don't we get started? Our first one is from Workhouse Games. It is called The Awful Orphanage. In this, you are playing as children in an orphanage where the owner of the house accepts children for a price from the city, but when the house gets full, she summons an evil spirit to pretty much consume all the other inhabitants.
That does sound awful.
Yes, so in this game though, it is, at least it started out sound like as a competitive but added cooperative rules later, where you are trying to find a magic talisman, defeat the lady who owns the house, and be the one who gets out of the orphanage alive. It has some really interesting mechanics about you have to search the house and you're trying to find either tools to help you like slingshots, roller skates to force other people to like slide down hallways and whatnot. But you could also alarm the guard she has, or even summon the demon to your room. So there is this whole, do we search or not? And of course, because there is now a cooperative mode, which also makes sense, a bunch of kids working together to not get eaten.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And solo rules with new cards, so it makes sense. Like if you get caught not by the demon, by the I forget the name of the orderly, you're sent to your room and he takes one of your items. But if you're playing the co-op mode, they added a new card, which is you throw your item to a nearby kid, so like it doesn't get discarded and stuff.
Okay. So it sounds kind of like a Goonies vibe, but or
a dark, yeah, more of a
Tim Burton-y.
A Tim Burton, yeah,
kind of thing. A series of unfortunate events. I kind of thought of.
Yeah, and the board goes out randomly, so it's not the same board. It's more like Betrayal. You have to explore the house, kind of.
Got it.
Except, you have a fixed story from the beginning, so it's not random.
Yeah. That sounds cool. Sounds like a cool, creepy vibe. I'm into it. How much does this one run ya?
This goes for $64, if I recall correctly, which, I mean, is a bit... It does have miniatures and stuff for all the big pieces, which is cool. The demon definitely looks like... I want to call it a British Slenderman. It's like this guy in a tall top hat.
Is it kind of like Babadook-ish?
A little bit, but it's like still like Slenderman, not as...
Yeah. Got it. It's a mix of all fun, spooky cultures. Next up is Songbirds from Daily Magic Games. In this one, you are all trying to get your birds to be the loudest of all the other birds. You're going to have different colored bird cards with different numbers. Those numbers will indicate their volume. And you're going to be playing them in a grid on the table. And whoever has the loudest birds in a row or column, that color bird will receive a berry token with a different number on it. And at the end of the game, you're going to end up with one colored bird card left in your hand. And you're going to score points based on how many berry tokens that color bird got on the field. So you're trying to play colors in a way to get your end game colored bird to be the best bird, while maybe trying not to make it super obvious because you don't want people maybe blocking your color or sharing a color. Different things could be at play. Seems like a very fun, simple, fast game. It has a solo mode, which I don't know the rules to, but it also seems like it would make a pretty good solo game. How about those Songbirds? Plus it's Daily Magic, a company that we enjoy.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really cool because it's not a straight up goal. You could be playing things in whatever card in your hand. You could have played all your green cards, but no green cards in your hand, so you just help whoever had the green card in there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more planning. Like you may have to give up this row because you need to keep that card in your hand.
Yeah, you gotta think ahead.
Or you may have to be like, oh, green's not winning anymore. Now I am going to play the green cards and hold on to the blue or something.
Right, tactics.
Yeah, and in addition, I believe it's for higher player counts, they also have cards like the Hawk, which will give negative points if you're holding on to it. I think it's Hawk and Crow give negative, while the Mockingbird and the Hummingbird give special points. So a lot more interesting tactics you can throw in there.
And I know there's a couple Kickstarter exclusives too, like the owl card in there. So if you want to get in on that, you got to get that owl. The game only goes for $16. So if that sounds cool, check out Songbirds. I sang it.
This next game is actually a localization of a game from Japan. Deca Slayer was originally made by Hisei Hayashi, I'm really sorry for any butchering, but was a remade by Seiji Kanai, who brought us Love Letter, extremely popular game, and is being made by Arclight Games. In this game, you will actually be playing against each other as different like guild leaders and playing different heroes against 10 monsters. The box comes with 16, so it's random each time with the exception of the last one. You always got to fight a dragon because dragons. Each monster, though, will have different ways of how they reward players. So, for example, the ones they show in example 1 was just need to play range characters. Doesn't matter about their value, their strength. It's whoever's the last one to play one. So then you have to pass, and you're deciding how to make sure you get the most points. However, some could be where we have to play all our cards blind at the same time. There's no turn, and just whoever's the highest.
This is almost like a Cutthroat Caverns kind of thing?
Exactly, except there's a lot more than just last hit. The monsters each have their own little rules. In addition, though, you do see what monsters are coming up, so you can be like, oh, I want to save this archer for that guy. Or if shows what treasures they may fight, so you can be like, oh, that's a bad treasure. It's not worth saving a card for that monster. And of course, you'll get more heroes depending on how well you did that round. I think if like you came in last place, you're gonna be able to get first pick at heroes and stuff. So you will get stronger as well. But it also means like if you saw someone take like, let's say there's like a really strong swordsman or melee character, and you know a melee monster's coming up, you're like, I know I can't beat that. So you have to also keep track of your opponents as well.
Yeah. One thing I liked about this game is they threw every monster that exists into it. It seems like they had like wraiths, they had dragons.
Oh, they chose the classic for their 16 monsters.
All different cultures, though. You know, it's not just like it's not just like Japanese myths or whatever folklore. They threw a bunch in there, and cool artwork, cool kind of style to it. Yeah, it seems like a good monster hunting time.
It's about $31 US dollars, I believe. So depending where you're watching this, it could change a little bit. And I know there is an add-on for a playmat, of course, and may be a big deal because you feel like the art, as you were saying earlier. And it's weird they have two. The one thing is they have 2 playmats, same price. Just one has grids for cards.
Some people need those grids. Some people don't want it to obstruct their beautiful artwork. I'm a grid man myself. Okay. And here we have Wunderkammer. It's a German term that roughly translates to something like cabinet of curiosities. This comes from designer Philip Glofcheski, and what you'll be doing in this game is trying to obtain different mysterious objects and relics and trinkets and things like that, and to have the best, coolest cabinet with all the coolest antiques and things inside of it. It's an auction game, so each round everybody's going to be bidding to get different items, but there's a little bit of a difference. You're not just bidding on one item, multiple items come out at once, and whoever is the highest bidder gets to choose whichever one they want first. The reason you're going to want different items is because they have different categories, and you get more points depending on how many of those categories match up to their adjacent cards in your personal cabinet. And once you place them in your cabinet, you can't move them ever again. So you might get stuck with one that doesn't have the category that you want, so you have to be careful about when your turn order and how you place them. So there's some cool stuff in there, plus it's just a neat theme with some very unusual different kinds of objects that you can collect. Like there was like a 2-headed skeleton and some
a lot of really awesome stuff. I always love that, the weird baubles and stuff you can,
stuff
love
like
those that.
Baubles, man.
Baubles, all the strange stuff. I'm personally of the plastic kind of curiosity collector.
Yeah, those are really good. I like bobble heads.
Yeah.
Okay. This one goes for $27 if you like auction bidding style games. They're pretty popular. This one might be up your alley. Those were all of our Kickstarter picks for the week of March 26th, 2018. Kind of a slow week. Not a whole lot to share with you, but a few interesting picks in there you might want to check out. Till we see you next time, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Will.
This is Roll for Crit.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave some comments down below.
Do it.